coming in at 4,200 pounds and just remarkably well kept. Bullet Premier, little rear bath couples camper coming in, almost the exact same thing, and their sister brand, so it makes sense, as the 19 RB Passport Elite that we carry here at Haylett RV. Now, obviously, this nose cap has had significant fade. And unfortunately, this was made during the period where a lot of RV manufacturers were not putting UV inhibitors in their fiberglass nose caps. Other than that, other than the nose cap fade, guys, this is in exceptionally well cared for, maintained condition. Everything on this looks fantastic. They had a bunch of money in little accessories. All the original factory stuff is still here. If you don't mind a little nose cap fade, it's gonna be an RV where you're gonna save a lot of money because of that and get something that's been exceptionally well kept and well maintained. But again, if you look at these, like the nose cap's faded, but you can see that they kept the exterior washed in condition because the decals didn't go with it. So it's just a nose cap thing. It's purely cosmetic. And if you don't mind a little cosmetic thing on a used RV, kind of like the little dent on the bumper of that used car that maybe you bought at some point in your life, you're gonna save a lot of money off a new RV price tag right here. And just like its sister, the Passport 19 RB Elite here at Haylett RV, this one maintains an excellent level of travel functionality. Now, with that big countertop, it does get a wee bit tight here, but if you don't mind doing that sideways travel trailer two-step, you can slide through, just like I did. You can get to the refrigerator, all of the kitchen, you can get to the bathroom in transit or just to get it packed up, or you can just nudge the slide about 2 inches and make life a lot easier, which is also not a hard thing. Right away when you step inside, you can see that this has just been exceptionally well kept. Previous owners absolutely knew what they were doing. And, you know, they just wanted a little bit bigger RV. And I tell you, if they take care of that one the way they took care of this one, I sure hope in a few years, you know, 5, 6 years, whatever, when they're ready to swap around there, that they come back to see us again. This is fantastically well kept. Just fantastically well kept. The vaulted ceiling in here gives it that nice big open feeling. I don't use a trick fisheye camera lens or anything like that. And they did a bunch of really low dollar, very nice, simple, smart upgrades that you're going to see as we go through here. Like to make life simpler and easier. Like for a tall person like me, I don't need help opening one of these vents. But apparently they liked the little system here where it makes it easier to open this. Now what's nice is on the roof they actually put those rain vent covers so you can get some excellent airflow in this thing even with those closed. You're going to see LED lighting in the you know, your main cabin here. Central air too in a small camper like this is kind of nice, and central heating. Now you've got this easy walk around bed, of course. One of the things that might throw somebody off is you're going to look and say, why is there no window next to the door right there between the bedroom closet door and the entry door? And that's because that's where the awning arm is. If they put a big window there, you'd have a dinky little awning on this thing, and that, you know, doesn't do anybody any good. So what they did is they put an oversized window over here and mirrored the cabinet doors to help compensate for that very good design team decision down here. Let me get a spun around real quick. I like lighter colors in little campers. I think that helps things look bigger, more open and breathable. And you can see there's easy open storage, easy access storage on both sides of this dinette right here for just, well, easy access and storage. Dinette can fold down into a large sleeper, and there are cross breeze windows surrounding that dinette, so you're never going to feel like you're, you know, in a sweatshop hot box in here. The original electronics still all present and accounted for, and those are things that I look at as indicators of like the quality of ownership of an RV. People who tend to take things that were standard from the factory, you know, they own it, I suppose. They did buy it. But it seems like people who leave the things behind that were there from the factory tend to keep the RV in better shape from the factory. Now down here we have Bluetooth, DVD, stereo, inside-outside speakers. I see the remote controls are present and accounted for. I also like that the TV can swing out, as you see, for easy viewing. Now it can face the dinette too. I just have it facing out toward the, I don't know, living kitchen area right now. Oh, little thing. Like I said, they put some simple, low dollar, but nice accessories on here. Like the little pull handle here so that you're not ripping off the, just like I did right there. Ripping off the sliding screen door panel right there. Now, it does look like they had, I found a pet dish in a cabinet. I'm going to make sure I get back to them. But that's a surefire indicator that they maybe had a little dog. They didn't want the dog to scratch up the shade. But they were active, preventative in here. And, guys, it does not smell like dogs in here. That's one of those things that I actively look for. When I step into a used RV, I instantly go, and I go, were they smokers? Did they have pets? And until I found the dog dish and saw that thing on the door, I didn't realize that they had pets. Now, over here in the kitchen, I like to point out, you know, not the world's largest kitchen, but they didn't waste an ounce of space either. Like, they didn't make the cabinets shallow and recessed like I've seen some lightweights do. We also have a full 8 cubic foot fridge freezer over here, and you will see that there's also a nice big space for a wastebasket below the sink right there, and that's a nicer stainless sink as well. So you've got drawers where you need them, you've got a wastebasket space, you've got decent prep space with the 45-degree peninsula kickout. It's got just enough of everything it needs where it needs it in a smaller camper like this. We'll talk more about the furnace setup outside, but one of the things I always recommend is look down in the heat vents of an RV to see how they look, and these look pretty darn clean, because that tells me that this is an RV that someone probably kept excellent care of. Oh shoot, you know what, my battery's blinking on me. Let me swap batteries and we'll look at the bathroom. Sorry about that, battery hot swap completed, back to the action. They were very good about preventative stuff. I like that they put these little pads on here so that the door handle wouldn't bash into the refrigerator and ding that up. Very conscientious folks about this stuff. Now, the bathroom, like the rest of the RV, is not not exceptionally large, but it's the right size. This is a good run-around couples camper. I like the shower surround here in the bathroom. I like the full medicine cabinet, so you actually have a place to put, aspirin or ibuprofen or whatever. We have full storage below the sink, and if we're going to start talking about storage, now it might throw somebody off real quick. Let me zero in on this. Like, you're like, oh, I can see the pipes. Yep. They could have blocked that off and made it so you couldn't get to it, but you know what? Guys, if you put stuff like toilet paper down there, you're not going to hurt those pipes one little bit. So they made sure that you got every ounce of potential space in here, because when it comes to space, every ounce counts. And I love the location of that toilet paper, I don't know, dowel rod right there. But this, little camper, big storage, that's something I like to see 10 times out of 10. And all this tasty, beautiful closet space right here. This is something I like to see, because if you are gonna really try to pack heavy in a little camper, this is something that'll get the job done well right here. So like I said, just remarkably well kept. You can see the previous owners, they added on and spent money on that slide-awning cover. They even put a little power tongue jack sleeve on the front here. The roof vents have those like Max Air style vent covers on them to give you great airflow. The original grill is included with this. Little mud dauber screens for like your furnace exhaust and stuff. It looks like they even swapped out incandescent bulbs and put LED lights in the markers that were not done from the manufacturer's level. So these folks put a lot of really small, simple, smart money feature upgrades into this. Now you can see we have an exceptionally large pass-through. That is one of the things I like about our Passports here at Haylett RV, and obviously this being the sister Bullet, they're nearly identical. That all aluminum skeleton and just huge pass-through storage compartment up front here. Now, you're going to see a sticker by the door that says thermal package. What is that? This has an enclosed underbelly with an extremely large 30,000 BTU furnace, and a furnace that size on a camper, that's the same size furnace, by the way, they have on like 5-slide fifth wheels. They're using that level of furnace on this little camper here. You're fine, ma'am. Previous owner was coming back to, I don't know, maybe look and grab something. She got spooked by the fact that I had the camera. A lot of people don't like being on camera. I don't know why. It's not going to hurt you guys. So you can see the roof vent covers up there. We have frameless sidewall windows and sliding slide side windows for excellent airflow. This does have black tank flush and outside utility shower for just ease and convenience purposes. You see the original bumper mount grill still present and accounted for, working like a charm here. The roof on this, you can see it's got that wrap-over roof line where the double vaulted trusses, you can see the, basically what I'm talking about is up here. You can see that the roof line wraps over the sidewall. So what you're doing is you're moving the seam of where the roof meets the wall from an area of high stress to low stress. So you're taking a seam that, God forbid there's some sort of water failure ever, you're making it so that that is harder to happen, and that's a bad spot to have a leak. So they moved it in an area that's, not going to be problematic. Wide stance stability axles down here on a little camper like this is probably almost overkill. You could tow this with an exceptionally short wheelbase tow package SUV and it's going to tow just fine for you. So it's lightweight, it's easy towing, it's been exceptionally well kept. You've even got the nicer like slam latches on this generation right here. They added a slide awning. They did all kinds of things right with this to just make this thing really shine and be something they could be proud of owning. Long story short, the only reason it's here is they just wanted a little more grandkids space because the grandkids were camping more, and they swapped it out for, well, that Rockwood Mini Lite right over there that you see. So this is a vehicle that's going to be towing that Rockwood out, and it's the vehicle that towed this Passport in. Late model, it's on the cusp, might qualify for same as new financing. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to chat with my finance officer on that one to verify. But this is full feature, small towing, and you're getting a, you know, used RV price tag on it. So like I said, the only thing I can say is just that it's got nose cap fade. Other than that, this is ace. This is better than ace. It's got more equipment on it than when it was brand new. So that looks, you know, fair to you. Give us a call here at Haylett RV, 800-256-5196. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.